We encourage all of our county residents to come out to our Flagler County Memorial Day ceremony.
Flagler County will commemorate Memorial Day this Monday at 10 a.m. in front of the Government Services Building in Bunnell. David Leiden, Flagler County Veterans Service Officer, tells us about this year's keynote speaker.
Cecil Hengveld, who is a Vietnam veteran and a helicopter pilot. He was also a Deputy Adjutant General for the Pennsylvania Department of Veterans Affairs, and so he's a very dear veteran to the community.
They'll also be recognizing retired U.S. Master Corporal Daniel Hughes, who's been inducted into the Florida Hall of Fame.
He's being recognized for his involvement in bringing the Jacksonville National Cemetery to Florida. And we'll also be remembering Master Sergeant Michael Heiser, United States Air Force, who was killed during a terrorist attack on Khobar Towers in Saudi Arabia. So he gave his life for this country, and we're going to remember him on our Memorial Day ceremony as well.
Palm Coast will host a Memorial Day ceremony of its own. Also on Monday, the city's Remember America's Heroes event kicks off at 8 a.m. at Heroes Memorial Park. Limited parking is available on site. Attendees are encouraged to park at the library. This local news is a service of Flagler County's Toyota dealer, Beaver Toyota US 1 St. Augustine, here to wow you. It's not just consumers who are dealing with high gas prices and inflation, it's also affecting municipalities.
Fuel purchases account for roughly 20% of fleet's annual expenditures and affects every operation and budget within the city.
That's Palm Coast Public Works Department Director Matt Mansell telling the City Council the fiscal year 2023 budget will need to account for higher fuel costs. And that's not all.
Over the past year, we've experienced an increase of 75% in filters that we use on our heavy equipment, as well as an increase of 17 to 40% on the tires for our vehicles. Apart from the increase in costs, we are also experiencing significant increases in how long it takes us to get the parts that we need.
Labor costs are also going up, and Mansell is taking action on that.
For our internal operations, we're prioritizing training and developing a workforce that's capable of completing the majority of our services in-house. Once we reach the acceptable levels of internal staff and expertise through training, we plan to transition some of the current services, such as HVAC maintenance and electrical repairs, to city staff.
Mansell says his department still has several unfilled positions. For Flagler's Morning News, I'm Rich Petchke.
Florida lawmakers seeking to reform the state's property insurance industry are considering the creation of a $2 billion reinsurance fund and a prohibition of insurers from automatically denying coverage to homeowners with aging roofs. State Rep Paul Renner, a Republican representing Flagler County, who supports the legislation, explains the issue that involves the assignment of benefits leading to fraud.
There's some bad ones out there. They will say, we'll just sign over your policy to me. And next thing you know, your name is appearing in a lawsuit that you didn't know about because they've assigned, and your name is on that policy, but you've assigned all of your rights to them for them to give you this free roof, and now you've been brought into litigation. And they're working with lawyers that do this in the tens of thousands of cases, maybe hundreds of thousands of cases across Florida, and that is dramatically driving up the cost of everybody's insurance.
Renner says assigning benefits as a concept has been around forever, and it's not a bad thing when used properly.
We have more and more people that are trying to game the system. And this is really about not gaming the system. We want homeowners to be protected. We want people to have rights against their insurers if they don't do the right thing. But we have people that are gaming the system and hurting everybody else because they're getting free roofs and we're all paying for it.
Renner says legislators will also take a second look at reforming solicitation rules. From the WNZF Newsroom, I'm Amy Cherry.
Time to get your camera out for Palm Coast's annual photo contest.
You can be a part of capturing the people, the landscape, and the lifestyle of Palm Coast in the city's annual photo contest. Brittany Kershaw, Director of Communications and Marketing for the City of Palm Coast.
The categories this year are pets, recreation, nature, events, and residents. So if you want to submit some of your favorite photos, you can be entered for the chance to win a $100 gift card to a local Palm Coast business.
All photos must be taken inside the city limits of Palm Coast. Photos taken outside of the city will not be considered. Photos must be clear of watermarks or logo branding. You can submit your photos using palmcoast.gov. The contest runs from June 1st through July 31st, with all photographs submitted for the contest to be used by the city for marketing. For Flagler's Morning News, I'm Karen Johnson.
It's called a rip current.
Flagler County Fire Rescue's John Raffo is also a water rescuer and says that rip currents are dangerous.
There was a gentleman that was out over in the hammock resort, and he got caught in a rip, and he claimed that he's a decent swimmer, but tired out quick. And I don't think people really understand just the power of the ocean and the rip.
Raffo said whether it's called a rip current or a rip tide, it pulls you out into the ocean. He said the best way to save yourself from the rip current is to swim north or south away from it. The Flagler Voice is on WNZF on Saturday mornings at 8:30 and on the Flagler radio app anytime. From the WNZF newsroom, I'm Deb Albertson.
The holiday weekend is here and there's plenty of fun to be had with the family in Flagler County. Stacy is with Fun for Augie Kids.
Today, the Flagler County Public Library is hosting their Pixels and Perlers event. Play Switch games such as Smash Brothers, Mario Kart, and even create some of your own 8-bit art. This event is open for those in grades 6 through 12. Tomorrow is the 10th annual pool day at the Palm Coast Aquatic Center. Learn how to be safe around water while having loads of fun. Through fun pool games, many learn swim lessons, and hands-on demonstrations, your family will learn the steps for basic first aid, CPR, water rescues, and more. Gamble Rogers Memorial State Recreation Area at Flagler Beach is hosting their Gamble Jam this weekend. Musicians gather to play in remembrance of James Gamble Rogers IV, a renowned Florida folk singer and storyteller. Meet musicians, practice, and just have fun listening to some great music. To learn more about these events and others, please visit us on our website at fun4augiekids.com. Have a great weekend.
And now you're up to date on Flagler's Morning News. I'm Rich Carroll.